所写个esta casa.
Please, do not go around this corner.
It's you, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing? What I said back there was terrible, and for that I'm truly sorry. I didn't realize it was you. Please, come back to me. If you're concerned about social status, I'll figure something out. And Nellie's getting married off soon enough. Oh, yes, Nellie. Nellie did some horrible things to you. She's lost her mind. She was talking nonsense. But don't worry, she'll be out of the picture soon enough. I'll make sure you're safe. Say something, please. Are you angry? You're angry, aren't you?
I'm not angry at you. I'm not.
Did you know everything? Did you come to our house aware of everything?
What?
Did you? Tell me, please. The priest isn't around and everything Nellie says is a lie. You're the only one who will tell me it's not true.
What are you?
Our relationship.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I see. You don't know. You don't know. It's for the best. Nellie's the only one who knows, and she'll be gone before long. Everything will be all right.
Lord Mel.
It'll all be all right. Let's go back. I'll make sure you're never put in danger again. I'm begging you, stay with me.
My appearance is no longer suitable to stand at your side.
Just rip it off her head.
You saw how unsightly I am back at the church, did you not?
Hair can grow back. That's not a problem.
Now I truly look the part of the hideous witch. But I am to blame. It was a sin for me to find happiness in your kindness.
What are you talking about?
My sin was falling in love with you. Not what happened to my father, nor how we had to spend our days.
There's no sin in that. We have our whole lives ahead of us. Don't we? With enough time, this whole tragic mess will be behind us. Things will only get better from here. I'll be your prince. Like the one who took the girl to see the outside world. Once. So please, give me your hand. Come to me. Don't leave me all alone. I need you by my side. Please. I extend my hand around the corner. I sense her hesitating beyond the bend. I'm begging you. I can't see what's on the other side, but a vision of her reaching out to put her hand in mine wells up in my mind. But
That story never had an ending.
wha- she doesn't take my hand.
I doubt the girl ever wrote that letter.
Ah, she's not there when I turn the corner. Why? How did things end up like this? Where did I go wrong? Oh God! Oh, I thought that was her. I was like, that's not that bad.
Your error was likely your kindness. Thoughtlessly, haphazardly spreading your generosity. But that generosity came from your own desire to avoid pain. For your own happiness.
I, what should I have done? I can't take this. Everyone was happy. Nellie used to laugh and smile. She once meant the world to me. Yeah, as a maid waifu. How did things end up like this? It's not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong.
If you pretend like nothing happened, then perhaps it can go on smiling in your head. No, Justin, this is only like near the end of the first chapter of the first act.
This game is like 47 hours, isn't it?
I have no idea.
It's a heckin' long game.
If you pretend like nothing happened, then perhaps it can go on smiling in your head. But regardless, you must follow the path you tread. It is your path alone. The path you chose when in that moment you decided to run. Make the wrong choice in those moments, and you shall find yourself on the road to ruin.
Is she warning us about the butterfly effect?
I guess.
I would have better been off knowing. What? I would have been. I would have been better off not knowing. Better off in the dark. I just wanted those tranquil days to last. They were supposed to last forever.
At some point, your childhood must come to an end. And that ending may not be the one you anticipated.
I can't stand this world.
God, that's such a good image.
I know.
You yearned for a world that would treat you with kindness.
What should I do? What should I have done? Someone, please, help me.
You should return now. If you spend too long out here, you're liable to catch a cold. Now let us return to our own time.
What? Oh.
And oh, yep, achievement unlocked, Rose Manor.
Oh.
And I think that means that was, yeah, this was about the place where the person who did the demo ended this. So yeah, no idea
Oh.
I have no idea what happens from here on out either.
Yay!
The crestfallen young man faded into the distance, and the decrepit double doors clacked shut. Through the shattered glass you could see only the ruins of a garden, Not a single rose growing within. Oh, no, this is the master now, so Yuri, you narrate now.
Oh, is it me?
Mm-hmm.
In the garden, weeds grew taller than people. You found it difficult to look at. A wolf howled in the distance. The children, the sea of roses, and the white-haired girl were nowhere to be found. You and the maid who called you Master were the only people present in the mansion. Oh, God!
What happened to them next? Oh, master, you would know better than I. My, you cannot remember? It seems this is quite serious then. Worry not, my loyalty lies with you, master. The mansion has witnessed more yet. Let us make our way to the second door.
Your hand in hers, the maid guided you back through the kitchen and into the tea room. Her palms were still cold. You felt as though you were clenching ice.
Master, do you wish to know the truth no matter what may be hidden within? Or, if it's something you would be happier not knowing, would you rather remain in the dark? Oh, is that so? I'd always rather know the truth, personally.
Yeah. I'm also a nosy person, so.
I wonder about their father.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, the flaxen-haired sibling's father. Do you think he knew about the white-haired girl? If he did, then perhaps he allowed her to stay because of how deeply he loved his wife. Or maybe because he did not want people to find out about her. I expect he too experienced many different emotions. But those pages of his story remain untold. Their parents likely had a turbulent tale as well, but theirs is of no consequence. To whom, I could not tell you.
You and the maid crossed through the entrance hall, continuing your trek. At some point, the fire in the fireplace had faded to embers, emphasizing the lack of light within the mansion. The maid took a candlestick and lit it in the cinders. The small flame illuminated her pale face.
Have a good night, Justin.
See you, Justin. On a whim, you asked the maid about herself.
About me? I'm a maid devoted to your service, master, as I have said. Oh, what was that? You are interested in my name? You flatter me. I truly do appreciate the question, but you are more than welcome to simply call me the maid. Also, it would make me much happier to hear you say my name after you have recalled who you are, master.
A subtle smile rose to the maid's face, after which she had began to lead you down a first-floor corridor. Still holding the maid's hand, you passed in front of a full-length mirror. In it reflected the warm light of the candle, which disappeared out of range shortly thereafter.
Oh my, is something the matter? Did you come across something peculiar?
The maid had not appeared in the mirror, though she was not the only one without a reflection. We're dead! You reached the end of the corridor. There appeared to be a doorway, but the door itself was long since gone, leaving only a hole in the wall to frame the stairs behind it. Without hesitation, the maid descended into the darkness.
You have more interest in this mansion, master, than in a mere maid, do you not?
That's a lie.
Though it pains me to say as much in your presence, master, this house is cursed. Yes, it is a curse that runs deep. As you just bore witness to, the majority of those who dwell within these walls fall into misfortune. I have served here for many years, and periods of happiness are as fleeting as a sugar cube in a cup of hot tea. Why did such tragedies befall them? If I were to guess, master, it was because you had not returned. But when you remember your true self, the mansion's curse should be broken. The next door is before us.
It appeared to be the entrance to a cellar. The disconsolate wooden door was visibly rotten in several places, and it seemed it might crumble at a single touch. You could hear the sound of something devouring meat beyond the door.
Ugh.
Doggy! Maybe there is a beast living within. Before you had a chance to say you thought it was dangerous, the maid opened the door with a chilling smile on her face. Your first impression was that it smelled of blood.
Hmm. The second door.
We made it!
Yay! I'm afraid.
1707, damn.
That was nearly an 100-year jump. I think.
I think the painting was painted in 1587, right?
Yeah.
So like almost 200 basically.
The mansion sat in ruins in that era, not a soul resided within. The grandeur of the house was lost to the ages. It was in perpetual decline. Not a flower grew in the garden. Dust and dirt blackened the plaster. Cobwebs blanketed the corridors. Ivy shrouded the outer walls. It was not a pleasant sight. As hard as I tried to fight it, I could not stop the mansion's descent into disrepair. The depth of the previous owner's grief, or perhaps despair, was far too much. After the flaxen-haired family, people stayed away from the mansion. They had no heirs, so their bloodline simply vanished into the depths of history. It had been about 50 years since the house last had a resident. The forlorn property appeared as though it had been abandoned for centuries, and the occasional villager who stumbled upon it did not remain there for more than a day. It's really bugging me how the chat is acting up.
Yeah, it's like glitching, huh?
Yeah, and it's funny because that started when we started getting the weird, flashing images. Let me do something real quick. Chat box, chat box. There should be something that'll let me. Alright. Alright. My time there was rather solitary. That was perhaps the loneliest time of my life. Everyone who visited the mansion feared it, and it was left without anyone to become its master. I came to believe that my time serving as a maid would come to an end in this era. However, one day, I noticed something out of the ordinary. As a servant of the house, I am almost immediately aware of any new presence within its walls. And there appeared to be someone downstairs. Can you imagine how delighted I was?
Ooh.
Though part of me was anxious about what kind of person I might find, the possibility that it could be you had my heart aflutter. So, resisting the urge to rush, I headed for the basement. The cellar was where red wine, smoked meat, and other preserved foods were kept. By that point, the wine was practically antique. As I had expected, a man had made his way into the cellar. Is anyone there? Although I was unsure if referring to him as a man is entirely accurate. Uh, oh my. This is quite something.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
That's actually legitimately creepy looking.
Yeah, I don't like it. Thank God.
The very first thing I sensed was an almost unbearable stench. The odor emanated from the man, heightened by the food he had carelessly rummaged through. Blood-red liquid spilled from wine barrows soaking the floor. His sunken eyes had a piercing, wolf-like glimmer in them. His teeth were sharp and yellowed, visible as he ripped into a chunk of meat. He grumbled in a seemingly inhuman tongue. I was looking at a beast. Or perhaps a half-beast. There was another source of odor in the room, though. Something of a kind of metallic tinge to it, and when I noticed this, I nearly passed out. The red liquid was not just wine, as I had assumed. The beast had, I presume, stolen a weapon from the village. A sword, far too nice for him, lay on the floor by his side. I could hardly imagine how many people's lives he had taken with that blade. It was visibly wet with blood, even in the darkness of the cellar, but at the same time it had an imposing gleam. The fine, luscious aroma of wine could not mask the stench of blood and the beast. Holding my breath, I took a few moments to ponder. Ponder what? Oh, master, you know. Tell me, were you summoned here by the mansion? Did you come here knowing what kind of place it is? If you are in want of money, you are welcome to help yourself to some of the furniture. And I imagine the villagers would be willing to welcome you if you dressed yourself up a bit more like a person. Then you can trade the furniture for food and make your way to a larger town. The wolf was able to fool the innocent little girl simply by putting on clothing after all. Oh dear, I was afraid you wouldn't understand me. What am I to do? I was in quite the predicament. Nevertheless, it meant a great deal to me then that I found someone who did not fear the mansion, be they human or beast. So I decided I should give him my assistance, while doing my best not to agitate him. Say, could you, perchance, be my new master? The mansion sat near the ocean. To say it was perched upon a cliff might make it sound rather intimidating. But you could see the beautifully clear sea through the windows, a glittering expanse of emerald and turquoise. If the mansion had been in proper condition, it would have been breathtaking against the backdrop. I even wanted to plant orange trees in the garden. There was a tumultuous era. The sun still shone bright upon the land, which only served to emphasize the house's unsightliness. Oh yes, perhaps I should give you some more background information. At that period in time, the war had just drawn to a close. The once gorgeous wetlands were infested with crows picking at decaying remains. Bodies of soldiers falling in battle continually washed up on the shores of coastal villages. The people wanted nothing more than for the curtain to draw on that deeply political contest. And when it finally did, the kingdom with its rich, fertile shores was stripped of its independence, beginning a new era under new rule. The people were exhausted, their spirits wasted away. And the splendor of the ocean and sky did nothing to help. In my time, the beast was emblematic of the times, emaciated and enveloped in the scent of blood. But the war came to an end. Thus, the beast did not have to remain a beast, I thought. Did he? And so I endeavored to make the beast more human-like. First, I needed to do something about his appearance. I would draw a bath, scrub away all the filth, and dress him in clothing left in the mansion. However, having sat unused for 50 years, the majority of garments had been devoured by insects and were of little use. So I searched the mansion top to bottom for anything the beast could wear, heated up some coals, and set to work ironing what I had found. At the time, steam irons had not yet been invented. We used plates of iron heated with coals. They somewhat resembled kettles. I even prepared meals for the beast in order to teach him proper table manners. Although, with the mansion in a nearly uninhabitable state of disarray, there was only so much I could do in the kitchen, and the only supplies I had to work with were what was left in the cellar. As such, I was not able to put to use the cooking skills I had learned in the flaxen-haired family's time. Now, you mustn't eat with your hands. Do you want to get your fingers and face dirty?
God, that sprite is so horrible.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's good, but it's scary.
You eat using a knife and fork. See? Like this. I feel like I am teaching a young child. Oh my. What are you holding your head for? Oh dear. Perhaps
It's like tunnel duck.
Oh my god. Perhaps I should be teaching you to speak before table manners. Worry not, we have plenty of time. You needn't act so frightened. Or perhaps you do not want to be understood at all. Can't think it now. Would you be so kind as to tell me your name? You are, for now, still a guest. It is too soon for me to call you master. Or am I mistaken? Your name. That is what people call you. How about I start by telling you my name?
Yes, tell us.
I am called
Mabel. Oh.
Bestia. Your name
Or
is
Bestia.
Bestia? Your name is Bestia? I see. And that is what I shall call you, Bestia. My, you seem to be rather perplexed as to how I am still alive. He had, in fact, attempted to cause me harm. However, I am a servant of the house. The beast called himself Bestia.
Not with that name. That's a girl.
It is a curious thing. When I learned his name, he seemed to take on new importance in my mind. He was not a mere beast, but the thing called Bestia. Master. Should I ever have the chance to hear your name, I am certain you too shall become a more substantial presence. But you must always remember, Master, that even if you do not remember your name, and even if you never know mine, you always have held a special place in my heart.
Wait, so that beast thing is the master in the narration?
I don't think so, no.
Oh.
And thus began my tranquil days with Bestia. Slowly he began to learn the human tongue, and I was, to be quite honest, rather thrilled. To be certain, I was afraid of the beast, but my fear was not so strong as my elation that there was someone else in the mansion, someone to whom I could speak, and someone that might become my master. Come now, you must pull weeds out at the roots or they will soon grow back. This is a task that requires perseverance. You do like this, see? You do it like this, see? There you go. Oh, did you not expect that? What appears to be many plants on the surface is actually all connected within the soil. This is a task that requires a man's strength. If there were other servants, they could do it. So I apologize for making you tend to the garden, future master. Or perhaps now that you are all dressed up, do you wish to leave the mansion and find someone to fool, as the wolf did the sweet little girl? Have you no interest in remaining in such a disheveled house? Go on. Oh my, is that so? If you want to stay, then I shall not stop you. And I think that is where we will leave the stream off for tonight.
Woo!
Ah, this was not what I was expecting.
Yeah, I didn't think
Like,
this was far from what I was expecting.
yeah, like I had a feeling that we would like jump to a different time period since she's talked about how the house had experienced tragedies throughout the generations, but
Yeah.
what are we looking at?
Meaning a bestia and like I don't know.
But yes, thank you everyone who came on by. We will continue this next Friday at 9:30 p.m. EST. Hopefully, I will not forget the right time. Then tomorrow, I believe Kime will be continuing Tomb Raider at 4 p.m. EST. Then Mondays, it will be Stray Cat Crossing at 9 p.m. EST. And I'm pretty sure, since that's a super short game, that Fabrizi and I will be finishing it up then. And then on Wednesdays, over at Leifley's channel at 10:30 p.m. EST, we will continue with our playthrough of the Final Fantasy series with her at the helm of Final Fantasy II.
Ooh.
Yeah. And this has been announced on the channel, but on September 16th, we will be having our 3-year anniversary. So we are going to be doing a very long 10-hour stream starting at 12 p.m. EST. The games that will be played are Will Begin, Spooky's Jump Scares Mansion,
Tomb Raider.
Kime will either be continuing Tomb Raider, or if she finishes up that game before the 16th, she will be playing We Happy Few. Kanetsu will be continuing Root Letter, and then we'll be doing Pyre and starting Danganronpa 2 with guest Ryan.
Yay!
Yeah, so we hope to see you then. For now, I guess we will go ahead and raid Moon.
Raid!
Raid. But you guys have a good night.
Good night.
Hello everyone and welcome back to 4pixels. Coco is here with my guests, Buttons, Brandon, and Jamie, and we are continuing Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright.
Awesome. Hey, Coco, what episode do you think you would call this one? Fuck you, Google! Are you serious? Shut up! Hold on. What just happened? What just happened?
Is this a thing that the kids are into? What is going on?
That's right.
Hello? Sorry about that, everybody.
What happened?
The Google thing was describing something. I fell, and then I turned it off.
Oh. What?
We want to start over, or are we keeping that?
No, we're going.
All right, cool. What number would you say this episode is?